خانم دکتر مثل که متصل شدن دارن رکو میزنن ویزیتینگ پروفسور اینجا مثل که با شما هماهنگ.
عفوا اساتذتنا وطلابنا يوافقوا على التسجيل حتى نسجل المحاضره واعتذر لانه كانت سبب الكهرباء انقطاع.
Hello to all of you dear professor, colleague and student. Good day. I hope you are well. My name is Zahra Sadat Mirzazadeh, Ferdowsi University of Mashhad Faculty of Sports Science. My field of expertise is sport management. My favorite research and educational topic is entrepreneurship and business. I am happy to participate in the seminar. If you agree, let's start the discussion. Okay?
We are ready.
In the name of God, the topic in entrepreneurship and sport startup, which is one of the most important and new and competitive topics in the field of sport. Topic discussed in this session include the following. We are going to answer these questions in this seminar. How to be an entrepreneurship university? What are the functions of entrepreneurship in sports? What is the process of sports startup? Okay, the university is considered as a center of higher education in the life cycle of human life and has changed according to the purpose, role, output, views, and mission of university in different generations and based on environmental conditions in different society. A look at the history of university and the evolution of the higher education system shows that universities, like other sections of society, have undergone change in their roles and function along with the process of change in human society and are trying to adapt to new requirements and plans. Okay, and overview on university generation. First generation university. Initially, universities considered teaching as their main task, also and pre-19th century universities. In addition to teaching has also been discussed, but the learning method relied on spontaneous and non-argumentative memory. The main role of first generation university was to train human resource, and this generation of universities were education-oriented universities. Education activities in first generation universities have focused on human development and in general education has been a means of identifying the social, cultural, and economic problems of society and providing relevant solution. Educational activity was one of the most important characteristics expect in first generation university environmental. And to second generation universities, change is the condition and needs the of society led to change in the mission of universities. In second generation universities, which are considered research-oriented universities, scientific growth and develop is achieved through research, and it was in the shadow of the development of research thinking that countries paradox science and taught. In this university, the motivation of professors to become more involved in research activities increased as a prominent part of educational policy in developing society. At a third generation university, the lack of funding for research has a profound effect on the role and function of second generation universities. Could no longer rely on government allocated budget to conduct applied research without considering economic issue and return on investment. This led university to turn to commercial and business activities to gain access to the private sector to raise more capital. Model of third generation university as entrepreneurial university, they took the lead in entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship is the economic stimulus of developing countries. Okay, therefore, entrepreneurial university is a university that do entrepreneurship research in the university and to benefit from technology transfer and new industrial product should be created and for appropriate environmental conditions should prevail in it, and innovation ideas should be created in it. The fourth generation university with educational research, entrepreneurship and soft technology based mission. The basis of soft technology as a new category, it has changed in by attitude toward industry, manufacturing, research, education, marketing, business, and even security and defense. A very large part of soft technology relied on knowledge that has spread to the humanities and social science. In the first generation of university, value is defined in terms of strategic partnership, entrepreneurship, and the extent to which revenue is generated from external source and guidance, as well as the extent to which influence other factors in society. Education is based on the needs of the community and the student, and solving the challenge of society is considered as the basis of the research index. Okay, in fifth generation university, humanization and civilization are the characteristics of university. In this generation, the person states his or her favorite fit, and according to person desire, a test is taken from the person, and it is determined whether the person has the talent and ability to study in the desired field or not. In this generation, effort are being made to move universities from commit-oriented purely bachelor's, masters, PhD, and post PhD to quality-oriented skills graduate.
Dr. Zahra, you can't change the slides, please.
دكتور ليه ما جانا؟ شو عرفتين؟
لازم انت تعرف ايش انجليزي تقرا.
اوكي.
اوكي دكتور.
I'm Tehran.
خانم دکتر میخوان که اسلایدها رو عوض کنید. ببخشید به چیز گفتن، به عربی گفتن اسلایدها رو میگن اگر امکان داره جابجا بکنید.
الان شما اسلاید رو دارید آقای دکتر؟
من اسلاید صفحه اول رو دارم خانم دکتر، عوض نمیشه.
خب چرا؟
من نمیدونم، فکر کنم دسترسی شما مشکل داره.
اصلا برای من گزینه نمیاد برای اینکه اسلاید رو عوض کنم.
چیز نداری؟
اصلا هیچ آیتمی ندارم برای عوض کردن اسلاید.
Mr. Professor to university, please guide Dr. Zahra Sadat to can change the slides. فکر کنم بنده خدا باید راهنماییتون کنه، چون نمیدونم، منم حقیقتا کار نکردم با.
آره الان هیچ گزینه‌ای من اینجا ندارم آقای دکتر برای اینکه بخوام جابجا کنم.
نمیدونم حالا اگر دوستان کسی به خصوص خانم دکتر شاه طهماسبی اگر که دسترسی دارید به، یعنی میدونید که چجوری گوگل میت کار میکنه.
سلام خانم دکتر. سلام آقای دکتر. باشین. من هست؟
بله صدای شما دارم.
دکتر اگر که اسلاید شو رو الان اسلاید شو رو زدیم نه؟ پاورتون؟
خانم دکتر بله اسلاید شو رو زدم. اجازه بدید یه بار دیگه
خارج بشیم. آره اسلاید شو رو خارج بشیم، ببریم تو اسلایدها دوباره بزنیم F5.
دمخون دول ما جاي يصير ولا ميوت.
يقول تشير كده ما كل واحد يفهمني.
And we can tell to the organizer that Dr. Zahra is trying to show the presentation. Can you just
کنم دوباره یه بار دیگه وارد بشم.
خانم دکتر اسلاید رو بذارین که دست خودتونه نه؟ اسلاید رو بذارین روی سیستم.
خانم دکتر الان دارید اسلاید رو؟
نه اسلاید کامل رفت برای من. نمیدونم برای من که پاک شده نیست.
خانم دکتر مدل رو عوض کردید کلا.
آره
الان درست شد.
آره
الان دسکتاپ شو کردید درست شد.
آره الان عوض کنید خانم دکتر، بریم اسلاید بعدی. بریم اسلاید بعدی ببینیم عوض میشه.
الان خانم دکتر اجازه بدید یک لحظه.
فکر کنم یه خورده طول میکشه، با تأخیر فکر کنم جابجا میشه. در من که تغییر نکرده هنوز characteristic of creativity.
والله فهمنا شنو يعني نزعتون. نتكلم عربي شوية.
PDF شو گذاشتین.
ما جاي تقدر تغير ما جاي تقدر تغير السلايدات مالتها، جاي تحاول بس طوها مجال شوية.
ماشي دكتور ماشي.
الان اومد؟
الان روی یک صفحه، فقط صفحه 16 الان مونده. اگه که بزنیم ببینیم اسلاید بعدی رو میره حرکت میکنه، مووینگ داره، مووینگ فور بک. الان فقط روی یک اسلاید مونده. خانم دکتر فکر کنم اگه پاورتون رو دوباره بذارین برین روی اسلاید، چون فکر کنم باز بشه. یک ریست باید بشه، این گیر کرده احتمالاً.
آره گیر کرده. اجازه بدید من یه بار دیگه این کار رو انجام بدم.
خانم دکتر
جان.
میخواید تا وقتی میخوان بگین که اینا حواسشون باشه که شما دارید اسلاید رو دوباره میکنید.
اگر که اوکی شد به من خبر بدید، چون من الان احساس میکنم باید درست شده باشه.
الان صفحه اسکرینتون با ما شیر شده، هنوز صفحه پاورتون رو با ما شیر نکردیم. الان بریم رو پاورتون. من الان دارم میبینم که موس و دوباره رفت خارج شد.
خب الان همین روش درست بود؟
آره درسته.
خب بذارید
میخواین تا موقعی که شما دارید بارگذاری میکنید من بگم که شما دارید اینو ریست میکنید.
آره.
Hi everyone, I just want to apologize to you because the technical problem happened and all the slides are stuck. So Dr. Zahra is trying to reset the PowerPoint. So thanks for your patience and just wait for a couple of seconds. The PowerPoint will be updated.
خانم دکتر الان درست شده؟
الان اسلاید 7تون رو ما داریم. اگه شما روی اسلاید
درسته. اسلاید 7 دیگه، چون تا اسلاید 7 صحبت کردم.
حالا ببینید بعدی میره، حرکت میکنه بعدی.
خب میدونید مسئله اینجاست که من روی صفحه دسکتاپ هم این میره دیگه.
آها.
دسترسی برای اینکه رد بکنم ندارم.
عجیبه.
آره خیلی عجیبه.
یعنی نمیتونین اون قسمت با موس بیارین آروم پایین و صفحه رو حرکت بدین؟
اصلا حرکت نمیکنه.
بعد پاورتون چی؟ پاورتون که گذاشتین چی؟
الان رد شد؟
آره الان عالیه. الان هر کاری کردین نمیدونم چیکار کردین ولی جابجا شد. عالیه.
جابجا شد. خیلی خوب باشه. حالا سعی میکنم که انشالله مشکلی نباشه.
I think the problem is solved. Dr. Zahra is here. Microphone is yours.
Okay, excuse me. According to the state cases in the slide, the entrepreneurial status of a physical education student is examined. Represent the employment crisis of economic activities related to sport are more than mechanical engineering and finance and banking. The added value of the sport industry constitutes a significant part of the gross domestic product and plays an important role in the generation income, employment, as well as recreation and entertainment. In Hong Kong, about 2.5% of the country workforce is more than 81,000 employed in sport. There are 14 million sports-related jobs in the United States. Okay. Entrepreneurship status for sports science student. Employment crisis of sport science student. Javadian Sarraf et al. 2009. 70% of physical education students are worried about their future career. And Alizadeh 2001, lack of budget and sufficient facility, not enjoying the same job benefits as other jobs, low income, 7 lack of environment and place and sport space are the most important problems of sport science student. And Nazari 2015, a small percentage of physical education graduates are satisfied with their employment status. And Ramazani Nejad 2014, the employment of sports science graduates is in an unfavorable situation in terms of internal and external factors. Okay, the potential of the sport industry. characteristics of a sports science student, tendency to take more risk, more communication with a student of different disciplines, more excitement at work, working outside the university. Therefore, it can be concluded that the university is the best platform for starting the employment of a sports science student through familiarity with the entrepreneurship process and startups, which we will discuss in this presentation. Okay. Joseph Schumpeter is called the father of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a special form of innovation and arises from the successful implementation of a creative idea to create a new business or a new initiative within a business. Definition of entrepreneurship concept. In short, an entrepreneurship is a person who, according to his innate capabilities, training, and past experience, can innovate in one of the components of a business model or a product or service to create, develop, and commercialize a value. To pay this value leads to solving the need or problem or demand of a group of customers in the target market. An entrepreneur is a person who recognizes opportunities and transform a new idea into a business, home business, internet business, family business, or a small and medium business, and mobilize resources that combine with financial, social, reputation, and prestige risk. It offers a new product and service to the market. How did entrepreneurship spread? There broad waves in pushing the issue of entrepreneurship. The first wave, the general explosion of study and the research in the form of publishing the book Life of Entrepreneur. The second wave is the presentation of entrepreneurship education course in the fields of engineering and business. The third wave, increasing government interest in research in the field of entrepreneurship and small enterprise. Okay, the different four keyword, creative and innovation and manager. We examine each of the concepts. A creative person is someone who has a new idea and is looking for a new approach to any subject, and innovator review and commercialize the usability and cost effectiveness the invented product, and the manager run the business unit. Having basic knowledge in a specific field and gaining experience and expertise for many years, ability to present creative ideas by redefining and communicating new issues. Creative people generally choose the innovative thinking style in contrast to the method provided by the organization and senior management. Creative people are generally motivated to put their idea into action, and creative people generally have personality traits such as being resolution to external and internal pressures and resilient to the temptation to be of the same color. Creative people are more likely to be exposed to supportive environment. And the factor affecting creativity, this one knowledge and the rational ability and thinking skill, motivation, personality, and environment. Psychologists have tried to identify people who have a high level to creativity. Estes has stated the following factors for creative people. Okay, and characteristics of creative people: mental health and cognition, perceptual flexibility, initiative, peripheral complexity, simply, independence of opinion and judgment. Mental characteristics of creative people: curiosity, giving a lot of idea about an issue, present unusual ideas, serious attention to detail, accuracy and sensitivity to the environment, especially to points that are considered normal by others, critical spirit, great interest in experimentation, experience, positive attitude toward innovation. Emotional characteristics of creative people: peace of mind, sense of humor, interest in simplicity and unpretentiousness in the type of clothing and various aspects of life, encouragement and hope for future, ability to communicate deeply and sincerely with others, confidence and self-esteem and courage. But social characteristics of creative people: a step forward in accepting and dealing with issues, responsibility and ability to organize various activities, the power to gain the trust and confidence of others. Okay, and innovation. And the innovative person has the following 7 characteristics. The poor idea is the result of a moment of inspiration that is, in order to achieve it, we must clear our mind or the daily routines that keep the mind in vain. Different group turn to entrepreneurship with different motives. Some of them become entrepreneurs due to economic needs and dissatisfaction with their previous job. Some see entrepreneurship as a way to provide their children with a career future, while others seek to start their own business to achieve the ideas that have accompanied them since childhood. Entrepreneurial motivation typically include earn money, creating employment, taking advantage of opportunities, helping the community, proof of competence, internal satisfaction, gain independence, need for progress, spiritual achievements such as serving God's people, providing conditions for a better life, and recording and emergence of personal talent and abilities. Ways to motivate. Choosing the right person, giving people a sense of belonging, be transparent and firm in achieving the main goals, self-personal goals, a fixed guideline, maintaining an optimistic attitude when failing in business, success stories of their entrepreneur, levers for business motivation. Maintain health with a regular routine, thinking of other first, start again every day, and set up a channel to receive customer feedback. Okay, entrepreneurial skill and needs, interpersonal skills. As an entrepreneur, you need to come up with new idea and make the right decision about potential opportunities and projects. The general public thinks that either one should be born creative or there is no creativity at all. But the fact is, creativity is a skill that can be created or extended through time and effort. Okay, entrepreneurial skills include management and motivation, communication skills, lesson, personal relationship, negotiation, and ethics. Entrepreneurial skills and needs critical and creative thinking skill include this one, creative thinking and to problem solving, and three, identify opportunities. Okay, to be a successful entrepreneur, you need the practical skills and knowledge need to product goods or service, and managing, goal setting, planning and organizing, decision making, general knowledge of business, entrepreneurial knowledge, necessary market knowledge, and specialist business knowledge. And the environmental needs of entrepreneur, financial and credit needs, technological needs, market needs, security needs, legal requirement, educational needs, social needs, economic needs, and political needs. But entrepreneurship in sport. The concept entrepreneurship in sport is a rapidly growing field of entrepreneurship and sport management research. The process of entrepreneurship in sport includes social entrepreneurship activities and social innovation that are done in the field of sports. As an industry, sport is one of the largest industrial in the world and affects other industries, including education and tourism, which themselves have a unified focus on social innovation and social entrepreneurship. In fact, the nature of sport means that is completely integrated into society. In addition to profitable incentive for entrepreneurship in sports, managers of sports related companies can increase their economic performance by controlling the power of sport in order to achieve public and community goals. The sport entrepreneur realizes the exciting, credible, or discoverable opportunity in the field of sports and use those opportunities to create new business activities. The main characteristics of entrepreneurship are innovation, leadership, and risk-taking. In the field of sports, the Hardy has stated that these characteristics are important for both championship and public sports approach. These attributes are used to understand entrepreneurship. Sport entrepreneurship occurs when a sport institution acts jointly to respond to an opportunity and creative value. Institutions involved in sport may include individuals, organizations, or communities. Sport encompass a variety of fields which can include production, service, distribution, or other sport-related sub-fields. One of the experts in this regard has identified 8 areas through which entrepreneurship can be done in sports. 1. advertising and promotional affairs in sport, and 2, management of sport places and facility, and 3, management and planning in sports organization, and 4, educational affairs, training classes, coaching, refereeing, and 5, research affairs, and 6, manufacture of sport equipment, and 7, variety in public and championship sports, and 8, creating new job according to needs of the sport community. What type of entrepreneurship in sport? There are several types of entrepreneurship in sport, including community-oriented entrepreneurship or social entrepreneurship, corporate or organizational entrepreneurship, racial entrepreneurship, international entrepreneurship, technology-based entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurship, urban entrepreneurship. This one, community entrepreneurship in the field of sport, community-based entrepreneurship occurs between sport teams, organization, or sponsored of athlete and social organization. Social organization include schools, university, non-profits, and government agency. The business partner of the sports team align with the local business and government agency, develop a sport stadium, and promote sporting events by according a focus on social issues such as childhood obesity. Community-based entrepreneurship engage partner in sport organization with community groups in fulfilling humanitarian and social responsibility. And to corporate or organizational entrepreneurship. Organizational entrepreneurship occurs when businesses are involved in innovation and organization that can create such a dynamic environment in its interior space that entrepreneurial people pursue their entrepreneurial ideas with interest and desire and participate in the creative entrepreneurship process is considered an entrepreneurial organization. Okay, and racial entrepreneurship in sport is one of the most important factors in stimulating social change. Racial or immigration entrepreneurship occurs when people of certain nationality are involved in changing and innovation the process. Sport provides a way for indigenous group to excel in their chosen profession because to their social status without discrimination. And for international entrepreneurship occurs when organization develop its new international markets. International entrepreneurship is the field of sport is involved in many international sport by exploiting new foreign markets. So Technology-based entrepreneurship advanced in technology more than a decade ago, such as the use of the internet and internet radio, paved the way for people to participate in sport. Fantasy sport sites have created new opportunity for sport along with financial support and business opportunity. New technology is the field of family makes it easier for TV viewer to watch games, has also been made easier through digital recording technologies, allowing for post-execution evaluation. And women entrepreneurship. Women's entrepreneurship is evident in several sports management movements that have focused on the female population as a way to conquer a new market segment. Sportswear factories and companies such as Nike and Under Armour are currently marketing women's clothing. A new form of sports such as fantasy sport are run by women who want to participate in sport. Urban entrepreneurship, hosting major sporting events such as the Olympic improves the economic, social, political, and cultural infrastructure of the community. Definition and type of business in the Oxford Dictionary. Business means buying and selling and trading. In the Langman Glossary, business refers to the activity of making money and the business from which money is made. Peterson believes that any exchange in which trading takes place is not a business, but a business, a repetitive and renewable kind of exchange. Both businesses are important in this regard. Different others have a different definition of business. Okay, business feature sell or transfer goods and service for value, trade in good and service, repeat transaction, profit motivation, risky activity. Type of business, home business, internet business, and rural business, and family business, and small business, and service business, and commercial business. Okay, but a step of starting and entrepreneurial business important in sport because profit for athlete, for coaching, for event, and etc. One, self-assessment and preparation. include an assessment of a person's personality, traits, and ability in done before starting a business. The entrepreneur evaluate these skills and ability through various questionnaires and identify his relative skill and education needs. To identify and evaluate opportunities, include create and increase opportunities, the real and conceptual value of opportunity, potential risk of opportunity, possible return on opportunity, risk proportionality, and opportunity returns, matching the opportunity with the skill and goals of the entrepreneur and competitive position. Three, innovation and ideation. Include the entrepreneur must extract the right idea after discovering the opportunity and to bring out the chosen idea and give it an objective appearance. Convert the idea exactly to the written text and if possible make a mock-up of the idea in the simplest way. And four, a business plan is actually your business plan for starting a business. A successful business needs an accurate and operate business plan. And five, provide the required resource, include identify the resource needs to create opportunities and determine the number of resources available to you, distinguish vital and sensitive resource, determine the mutual risk of each type of resource and write against it, write the order of access to each resource with its care. Start developing a resource from easy to difficult and always set a percentage for unforeseen probability. The step 6, establish and start a business. You will establish and set up a business step by step based on the business plan. During the installation phase, you will notice that some parts need to be changed or modified. This is normal. And make any change to the design to fit all parts, whether parts that have been done or parts that have not yet been completed. At 7th step, enterprise management and consolidation, include management style, key variable for success, and then identify exciting problems and potential problem. Apply control system for monitoring. Okay, a startup company, a company or business that is usually newly created as a result of entrepreneurship has grown rapidly and has been formed to product and innovate and sustainable solution to meet a market need. Startups are usually built around innovative and creative idea. In fact, a good person or people with new ideas are looking for a way to make money from that idea and mass product or service based on that idea. Innovation in a startup manifests itself in the form of market innovation or innovation in their product and service. But a type of startup, lifestyle startup, a small and traditional startup, a startup with personal investment, a scalable startup based on foreign investment, a startup or target company. A startup can be divided into 5 categories. Keep in mind that this list is not excessive, but it does provide an analytical framework to help you evaluate your business and startup and make the right decision to start and expand it. Okay. Some sport startup company, Runkeeper. Runkeeper is one of the largest fitness platform with over 45 million users and connected to more than 100 devices in the world. This fitness app, which is like a personal trainer on a smartphone, helps its users set goals, see their progress, and stay motivated along the way. SeatGeek is a website for buying tickets for a sport event, concert, and even theaters. The company was founded in 2009 and is designed so that customers can buy tickets online in the best and safest way possible. Another unique feature of this company is sending the ticket barcode to the buyer's mobile phone instead of the paper ticket. This website also provides customers with the design viewing angle of the design chair before buying so that they can have the best choice. Fitbit 22/7. Fitbit returned to business in 22/7 with a new way of keeping people fit. Its capability include measuring daily activities, number of steps and heart rate, and motivating people to stay fit. A startup, Sportup. Sportup is a sports service platform that you can enter as an athlete and compare different sport event clubs in terms of price, distance, and factors, and select a club and use its service. And Company Strava. Strava is an online platform that connects athletes and cyclists around the world. Strava promotes exercise for its millions of users, motivate them and helps them exercise more. The program has been running for 8 years, allowing professional athletes, runners, and cyclists to train regularly. There is a sense of competition and empathy both in the exercise program. And the open sponsorship and online marketer for brands and athletes trying to bridge to the gap in the sports sponsorship industry. Funded in 2014, the startup operates as a two-way market. On the one hand, it allows brands to find their own opportunity for sponsorship, and on the other hand, it gives traders the right to choose and view other brands to accept their sponsorship. And this has made the sports sponsorship space clear and faster. Sportkida is a sports website that covers all sport. Sportkida is one of the first portals in India to product quality sports content that has proven to be a fun and reliable medium. This portal covers almost all sports in India and the world, including hockey, cricket, football, tennis, basketball, golf, liver, and et al. And the online sport coach Active Means is a recently launched startup that aims to offer new service. Users of this program can have personal trainers and get advice from them online to do their exercise and diet. In this way, instead to going to a sports club, people can turn their home into a sport club just by having an account in this program. And the fixed startup, the goal is to make it possible for everyone to have daily sport activity under the supervision of active coach. This startup is support to work as a group with similar startups such as my gym. This also has many benefits for many graduates in terms of employment. In Australian startup has nearly 20,000 members, and most of its users are from cities such as Sydney and Melbourne. The process from idea to business is important and our goal this discussion. Process input include aspects, feasibility, preparation, execution of operation and processing, including step, start, consolidation, and intelligent development. The output of process will be smart, entrepreneur. This section describes the steps an entrepreneur must take from the time an idea comes to mind to reach a smart business. Feasibility study include individual motivation and power, investigation in three areas: technical, economic, market, preparation, familiarity with legal requirement, contract, and familiarity with the method of providing resource, strategy planning and formulation, familiarity with management and staff, familiarity with operation management, and determine the status. Beginning operation design, the first execution of the operation, consolidation, measurement and patterning, systemization, market penetration, intelligent development include business intelligence, new product development, and market development. The output of the process will be a smart and medium entrepreneur. Okay? Thank you for attention. I hope the content is useful, helps you more learn.
Thank you, Dr. Zahra. You are finished?
Okay, thank you for you.
You can say just only maybe someone have some question. أي شخص عنده سؤال ممكن يسأل الدكتور زهراء. Anyone have a question for Dr. زهراء?
السلام عليكم دكتورة زهراء.
سلام، وقتتون بخیر.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you for you.
Can I ask you about your from your experience and experiment in your university, what business your startup and success in sports science? Dr. Zahra?
Dr. Zahra, you can answer him, please.
Okay.
In your experience and experiment your university in sports science, what business your startup and success? To share
Okay. Okay. The lack of funding for research has had a profound effect on the role and the function of a second generation university. University could no longer rely on government allocated budget to conduct applied research without considering economic issue and return on investment. They led university to turn to commercial and business activity to gain access to the private sector to raise more capital. model of Generation University as entrepreneurial. They took the lead in entrepreneurship education. Entrepreneurship is the economic stimulus of developed and developing countries. Okay?
That's okay. Thank you very much.
Anyone?
Thanks. You're welcome.
Hi there, Dr. Zahra. Can I ask a question? سلام خانم دکتر.
سلام.
میتونم ازتون سوال بکنم. Is there any way to ask a question or we have the time limited?
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I have to appreciate Dr. Mirzazadeh for her excellent presentation, and she chose a very nice topic, and it was like a hot topic in the world, entrepreneurship, especially in sports. I just wondering, you talk about in slide 7, you talk about how students are worried about their future, how they can make like a startup or entrepreneur. So can you just give us some advice? How can we make this possible in real world? If it is possible for our students in terms of entrepreneur? Thank you.
Okay, thanks for you. Thanks for attention. Humanization and civilization are the characteristic of university. In this generation, the person states his or her favorite field, and according to the person desire, a test is taken from the person, and it is determined whether the person has the talent and ability to study in the desired field or not. In this university and student, efforts are being made to move university from committee oriented graduate or PhD and detail skilled. Okay?
Yes, great. Thank you very much. So the motivation and encouragement for our students are really important to encourage them to start an entrepreneurship and also make a startup. Thank you very much for your time, Dr. Mirzazadeh, and all the best.
Thanks a lot.
Anyone have a question, or we are finished? Many thanks to Dr. Zahra for giving the wonderful lecture, and we wish her all.
Excuse me, please repeat.
Many thanks for you, Doctor, for giving us the wonderful lecture. You heard me? Thank you for your lecture, Doctor.
Okay, thank you for you. I hope this presentation useful and help you more learn and more discussion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good day. Goodbye.
Good day. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
ما التسجيل الحضور. الفورمة أنا نعطيها ريسبونسيف، يعني ماكو إشكال بها، مفتوحة، وأكو 4 طلاب لحد الآن أو أساتذة سجلوا، 4 أشخاص قاموا بالتسجيل، فماكو إشكال. اللي يحب، أنا راح أبقى فاتح الفورمة، اللي يريد يسجل ممكن يسجل حاليا.
السلام عليكم.
السلام.
أستاذ شلونك عزيزي؟
الله يسعدك، تفضل.
ما عرفنا سبب الاجتماع وما عرفنا سبب الامور هاي، ما افتهمنا شو يعني.
هاي
لو
المنصة
توضح لنا المنصة.
جامعة البصرة، المنصة، وبيها
نعم
محاضرين كاتبة خبروا فيها من إيران،
نعم.
جامعات هواي. فأنت طالب بكلية التربية الرياضية أو من خارج الجامعة؟ ليش
لا، طالب كلية تربية رياضية مرحلة ثالثة. مو هي ما تكلمت أول بداية فارس، كلمة إنجليزي.
وهي إنجليزي.
إيه.
تحكي كان عندها مشكلة بالعرض وبالصوت، بعدين حلت المشكلة.
نعم.
إنجليزي يعني واضح هي.
واضح للجمع مو مثل الإيراني.
ما أنت يعني تعرف إنجليزي أو لا؟ ما أعرفها، بعد يمك.
أنا أعرف فارسي بس ما أعرف إنجليزي، مشكلة يعني
إيه.
مشكلة.
هاي بعد احنا المشكلة أغلب الناس يعني يعرفون إنجليزي.
إيه ممكن واحد أنا بس أنا الفارسي، ما ماكو مشكلة.
حاسبات.
إيه
حاسبات.
بعد
ما
شغلكم حاسبات أستاذ، إيه أعرف وأفهم.
كل شيء صراحة، يعني عندي أنا كنت رياضي، فأنت يعني شيقة محاضرتي.
يعني المحاضرة أستاذ، المحاضرة بخصوص شنو مثلا؟
نعم.
المحاضرة بخصوص شنو؟
الستارت اب وغيرها من هاي الامور، بس
آه.
شيء واضح يعني بالنسبه لاختصاص الرياضيات، بس انا استفادت بعض الاشياء منها.
ما الله مبادرة جيدة، يعني هاي محسوبة لكم وللكلية.
تحاول الانجليزي يعني مهمه جدا.
على العموم جزيل الشكر، جزيل الشكر أستاذ، ممنون منك.
اللي دكتور you can eating if you want. واحد عنده سؤال يغادر ممكن يغادر.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام. اهلا دكتور عمر.
السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام دكتور عمر، تفضل.
خانم زهراء.
بله سلام.
از طرفی رئیس دانشگاه و دکتر صبا تشکر خیلی میکنم برای این طرح. دست شما در نکن، خیلی ممنون.
خواهش میکنم آقای دکتر از طرف من هم تشکر بکنید از هیئت رئیسه محترم دانشگاه و همه اساتید و دانشجویان گرامی. ممنونم از شما که شرایط رو فراهم کردید برای اینکه اطلاعات علمیمون رو بتونیم با همدیگه به اشتراک بذاریم.
دست شما در نکن، خدای حفظ کنه انشاءالله.
سلامت باشید. همچنین التماس دعا.
خیلی ممنون. خدا به شما.
خدا نگهدارتون.
اخوان لحد الان بس 5 اشخاص سجلوا بفورمة الحضور. يعني اللي ما تتحدى الفورمة خليه يتاكد من يحاول من اللابتوب او من النقال مرة ثانية